Hi everyone, my name is Amanda Ferreira, and I'll be presenting on how our retail company can use data analytics to make stronger, more informed decisions while staying ethical and compliant with the data protection laws. As a manager, I think that one of the biggest challenges today is finding that balance between using customer data to improve business performance and still respecting people's privacy. And in this presentation, I'll talk about how we can use data analytics to guide our decision making, the ethical issues that come up with collecting customers' data, and the role of anecdotal evidence, and finally, our legal and moral responsibilities in protecting that data that we're collecting. So how could you use data analytics to help you inform your decision making? One, you identify customer trends and preferences, predict demand with AI's analytics, improve inventory and store placement decisions, and make data-driven marketing strategies. So data analytics has completely changed the way business make decisions. Instead of relying on intuition or past habits, we can now analyze customer data to see real trends. For example, by tracking what items sell most often in different regions, we can identify which locations would perform best if we opened new stores there. We can also use AI to predict when certain products will be in a high demand, like increasing inventory before the holiday season or promoting certain items when trends rise on social media, for example. Also, I think one of the biggest advantage is how analytics helps us understand why customers make decisions, not just what they're buying. That deeper insight allows us to personalize offers, improve satisfaction, and increase loyalty in a way that feels genuine, not just pushy. The companies that use analytics wisely tend to grow faster because they base every move on real evidence, rather just assumptions. The ethical concerns in data collection, we have customer privacy and informed consent, transparency in data use, preventing data misuse, and strong data security measures. Sorry. So collecting customer data is powerful, but it also comes with a serious ethical responsibilities, right? One major concern, I think, it's the privacy. Customers trust that their personal information it's going to be protected, like emails, purchase history, and location data. And we do have to protect that trust that they put on the company. Uh, I feel like transparency is the key. Also, we should clearly explain what data we collect, why we collect it, and how it benefits the customers. For example, telling customers that we track their shopping preferences to give personalized rewards helps them see the value why we're keeping track of their shopping preferences, right? So another issue is data misuse. So selling customer data or using it for purpose outside of what was agreed upon is not only unethical but could permanently damage our brand. We also need to make sure data storage systems are secure to prevent leaks or hacks. Customers are more likely to engage with companies that they feel respected, uh, and that they feel that the privacy are being respected as well, which means that ethical data handling is actually good business. Um, so using anecdotal evidence in decision making, so combines customer stories with data, add context to number, useful in pilot programs and feedback, and should support and not replace analytics. Okay, so even though analytics give us a valuable numbers, I think the ane- anecdotal evidence still plays a big role in decision making. Sometimes the numbers don't tell the full story. There's where real experience and feedback come in. For example, if sales data shows that customers are returning a product more often than expected, the anecdotal like feedback from customer service reps might reveal that the product packaging is confusing. So these stories helps us to understand why behind the data. So the anecdotal like evidence is specific, especially useful during pilot programs or when they're trying out new marketing ideas, listening to customer comments, online reviews, and employee experiences adds depth to those insights. However, it's very important not just to rely on the stories, but as a manager, I would use the anecdotal evidence to complement the data that we are analyzing, not just to replace it. The best decisions come when we combine those two data and human stories because that's how we see the whole picture. Uh, the legal ethical duties to protect data, so follow laws like GDPR and CCPA, ensure data is secure and encrypted, use data fairly and transparently, and train employees on data like protection. Oops. So legally, companies are required to follow the data protection laws like the GP, GDPR in Europe or the CCPA in California. These laws give customers control over their personal data, including the right to know what's being collected, what is being used, and even the right to delete it. Beyond legal obligations, I think we also have the moral responsibility, right? Handling customers' data with care shows integrity and builds trust over time. We should collect not only what's necessary, but store it safely with encryption and make sure that employees are properly trained to recognize potential threats like phishing or data breaches, right? It's also important that have a clear internal policies for who can access the data and for what purpose. So protecting data is not just about avoiding the fines, it's about respecting the people behind the information. When customers feel safe sharing data with us, they're more likely to stay loyal and recommend our brand to other people. So to wrap up, so data analytics, it's one of the most powerful tools we have for improving how our company operates. It's also uh, it also helps us to make better decisions on business, improve customer experiences, and find opportunities for growth. But data also comes with a lot of responsibility. We have to make sure that our success does just come at a cost for our customers' privacies or trust. By combining ethical practices with strong analytics, we can build a company that's both data-driven and people-focused. And in my opinion, the company that will succeed long term are the ones that not only use data smartly, but also use it ethically. And that's it for me. Those are my references, and thank you for listening.